actually roasted in their coffee beans. They're like laughing at me. This week we're actually gonna figure out how the coffee's roasted.
We roasted some different sample ratios for blend. We have a little bit of a Brazilian and Mexican put together, and John roasted them on the sample roast, and now we're gonna let you go through them and smell the notes that you smell and what you're leaning more towards. So you gotta kind of like program your brain to be like, all right, what do I smell dry? Then what do I smell wet? And then we'll break the crust, and then you get to slurp it and things like that. So that's cupping.
That's pretty cool. Whoa. I like this 65-35 balance for sure.
Get a little on your spoon, take a healthy slurp, like aerate it through your mouth, and kind of drag it over your tongue.
More slurp.
So basically, the harder.
Wow, that was good.
Try to, like John was saying, if you can take it and almost like vaporize it in your mouth, that's like a lot of turbulence and suck it in. That's.
I didn't want to be too violent. It almost doesn't feel like as complete as this one. Like this one feels like.
That one is different from that one?
This one is different from this one, yeah. I think so.
When you're cupping, all it takes sometimes is like 2 or 3 beans because it's such a small quantity.
Right.
If you have 2 or 3 beans that are like a Quaker or a bad bean, it will throw that whole cup off. So you're not wrong to taste one thing really different than the other two.
How can we get flow to go into a coffee? So we are at King's Gambit in Belvidere, New Jersey. We're looking at some different ratios of some different beans together to see how we can get to this goal of ours. What the goal is to get a flow to go coffee blend, something that's not in between dark or light, but like I love like a medium roast, light roast. So we're looking for somewhere in that medium to light roast blend. We've been looking at primarily Oaxaca Mexican with a Brazil blend. And what we're leaning towards is almost like a 70-30 Mexican to Brazilian blend. Just comparing it and seeing how like different notes come out and stuff like that. It's my first time doing it. I love coffee. Coffee's in my blood, but like doing this kind of stuff is super cool. Like really learning the science behind it and stuff. Tasting it. We sampled it like just smelling it first, and then just smelling it like breaking the surface with a spoon, and then drank a little bit. It was really interesting to put those different pieces together before even tasting it. And now we're gonna do a pour over, which is like how I like to do it. So we have the Oaxaca Brazil. We have a 75-25 blend. And when I do my coffee, usually in the morning, I usually look for like just something like sort of balanced, you know, not too strong, not too weak to like get me going. First thing we're gonna do, we're gonna weigh out our coffee, and then we're gonna drop our filter in. We're gonna wet our filter. Right here we have about 21 grams. Gonna pour it in right here. Coffee filter is wet, creating a vacuum, ready to go. We're gonna pour a little bit, see if it comes out okay. And then we're gonna pour it until it gets 360 grams. Finding that balance, you know.
Well, there's different zones too, like in that pour, like different baristas and competition people will like tell you if like certain times of the pour or punching through the center.
Right.
It's a lot like what you do when you're in a match. You're like trying to find, like you're thinking 3 steps ahead, and that's what they do when they're pouring over.
We're thinking like, do I need to go through this person, or do I need to go around this person, right? Yeah. The flow or the control. Yeah, I don't know. What do you think? I usually hit the walls a little bit, right?
So you want to like always keep everything wet, everything hot.
Yeah.
And then work on that timing till be like, all right, I want to work that whole.
I feel like it's usually the reverse though that people are usually doing. I feel like it's usually filled. Like that's how the style where I come from. That's how it is. 0% of wetting the filter or anything. Coffee in, fill it. Fill it. You know, and like I've told, like I argue with my mom. Sorry, mom, but I argue with her. I'm like, Mom, let it pour, let it go, right, and then let it go again.
Make it meditative. Find a song that's about 4.5 minutes, put that on. You won't rush anything that way. Like you'll kind of sync everything up to the song.
Yeah. I usually, to be honest, I usually just breathe when I do it, like, cause it'll be the first thing I'm doing in the morning. I'm drinking some water, and I'll just be like, I'll take a big smell, and then I'll just do like my morning like breath, you know, like even just to wake up, you know, just like a 4 count in, 4 count out, like just to really like feel it, and then like in between breaths I'll be like,
some good stuff. Yeah.
It's all part of your, just like you said, your morning routine. Like you work hard at what you do, right? So something as simple as coffee, people shouldn't just overlook it.
Yeah.
Just be like, hey, pick something nice, pick something that you're gonna enjoy. That 4 minutes to your morning sets you up for the whole day.
And you know, it provides totally different like outlook, I think, on your day, you know. And for me, like, I'll like drink maybe like a little bit of it in the morning. I try not to drink like coffee first thing in the morning, you know, but as soon as I'm like maybe like in second block, I'll like start finishing my coffee, and it'll be like, wow, like.
It's interesting you say that though, because maybe when people run out the door and go, I gotta get the coffee fast, I gotta do this fast, they're setting their whole day up for this rapid pace where if you just kind of meditate in the morning and do that 5 minutes to ease in and like really enjoy what you're doing, maybe it changes your mindset for the whole day.
Awesome. So this should be a strong ratio. Hopefully a good one.
Dig that.
And if you up your water temp more, like I said, you get that 4.5 minute system down or whatever, you'll taste the florals that John was talking about. Hey guys, I'm Joe Kennedy. I'm the owner of King's Gambit Coffee in Belvidere, New Jersey. I just want to say thanks to Renee for coming along on the ride, and I hope everything we can work with him throughout his journey makes him better every single day at what he does. The King's Gambit, it's a sacrifice. It's the opening move in chess. You're setting up for the win. I think it fits very well into what he's trying to do. So again, thanks to Renee for coming out and checking us out.
Let him pass. Bogey choke. Wait till you see it too. It's gonna be so sick.